Hey, and welcome back to this new quick update from MindBodySoulVolution. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and say hi. Hey, for Lionsgate 888. No, it's a energies have been intense all around for this Lionsgate in particular. But I've been not only hearing it and seeing it across all kinds of the social media platforms, and posts from all different friends and acquaintances and all around everywhere. I'm just seeing it everywhere. But yeah, I mean, it's been quite intense for me too, and I thought I'd come on here and just be real with you and share about my journey and where I'm at currently, and just I don't have a specific format here, as I said, but I know I want to open up in a real way. I want to share who I am and what I'm going through. Well, the good, the bad, the pretty, the ugly, whatever. I want to really share with authenticity. And so I want to come at you truly from my heart, with a capital H, like I always say, right? But no, for real. I want to just share the real me uh, with you. So I wanted to hop on here real quick and do an update, because it's been a little while since I did my last video, and in part it has been due to the fact that my son and I, Eric, he's an adult, but he and I live together, and we moved to a different unit in the same apartment complex. And now I'm not going to get into the reasons why, because quite frankly, some of them are crazy. Some of them are like really out there. But I shared on my Facebook about it. I'm not going to get into it in this video. But basically, we moved and finally finished moving between yesterday and today, and so far this is kind of, I've been setting things up. It's pretty neat, right? Cool, like how I like it, how it looks so far, and the rest of the place looks great. The energy feels a lot better at this new place already. So, and I felt that when we first came to look at it, even before I walked in, before I stepped in. And then when we were moving, it was really neat. I posted pictures of this in my Facebook, but there was this ginormous imperial moth that was hanging around by the entrance as we, all throughout the move, the whole time, even for hours afterwards. But this thing, if you haven't seen an imperial moth, it's almost, its wingspan is almost like a whole like human hand, adult hand, and it certainly a child's. And the markings, because it's bright yellow with gray markings, grayish brownish markings, and the markings, do someone pointed I didn't even notice at first, but someone pointed out on Facebook that they look like an elephant head, an elephant face, and they really do. Maybe I'll post a picture of that as the what you call it, the thumbnail for this video. That would be cool. But anyway, yeah, so it was, someone said on Facebook that it reminded, it made them think automatically of Ganesh, Lord Ganesha, of like prosperity and abundance, and like just a good flow, a good feeling. So I felt good about that. I certainly felt great. Okay, so that's wonderful, and I'm glad the move is finally done, and we're feeling a little bit more settled in. But on a personal level, I've also been going through some steep challenges, as many of you have. And I know it's resounding out there, echoing out there. I know. But basically, I mean, about coming up on 2 months ago, I started feeling this like insane pain. And occasionally it would feel like, I think I mentioned it in a past video, but occasionally it would feel like a lightning bolt is like shooting down my right arm, all the way down to my hand and to my fingers. And yes, a lot of like that pins and needles feeling, and that sort of thing. And so, I was feeling a lot of pain, and I ended up going to an emergency room, and they did x-rays there, and they didn't see anything on the x-rays with the bones. Everything seemed to be fine. Everything was great. And then I was sent to physical therapy, which I attended for about 6 weeks. And I was enjoying the exercises that were prescribed. I was following them. I was doing them here at home, not just uh, during the physical therapy visits there at the place. Um, I was doing them at home, and I was even adding um, lower body exercises and calisthenics to add to the routine, to complete, make it a whole body routine. And I was enjoying it too. Seriously, I still am. But yeah, some of the some of the feelings, some of the sensations, and symptoms worsened, in fact. And I started to feel like in certain areas, like especially in my forearm, um, and just along by the elbow in general, and just coming up on the upper arm too, I would start to feel like it has started to feel like I'm getting stabbed, or like someone is driving a hot iron rod through like the back of my shoulder blade, through my body, or through my arm somewhere. Just it's been intense. It's been very challenging in a lot of ways, as you can imagine, feeling those kinds of sensations, and I'm not exaggerating, pretty much just about 24/7, um, nonstop. And because at this point it's a nerve thing. And so basically, like, I'm actually feeling it right now. But basically, uh they sent me for an MRI this past Friday, and the results came back, and I went to an orthopedic doctor today, just today. And so besides a few what are called perineural cysts that were found by my C5 and C6 vertebrae. Uh, but they're minor, they're minute, they're like real small. They're not like they don't pose any kind of real threat or situation. Apparently, it is my disc between C6 and C7 vertebrae, C6 and C7. There's a bulging disc that's pushing up on my spinal cord currently, and that's what's producing these symptoms of sharp pain, or feeling like someone's stabbing me somewhere suddenly, on my right shoulder or right arm or hand. And yeah, as you can see, it's even actually a little bit challenging for me to focus currently, because if you can imagine, it's been hard to sleep, because certainly for the first 3 weeks of this, I couldn't, it was so hard to sleep at all because there was no comfortable position. There was no position in which I did not feel some sort of extreme sharp pain. And I mean, like, it would be, okay, almost next to impossible. It would be very, very, very difficult. Um, so yeah, you can imagine. I mean, even now, it's still hard to sleep. Um, Even though it has improved, those symptoms have diminished, and um, the physical therapy did help some. But now that we know the actual issue, now that we have confirmation from the MRI results of what it actually is, we can focalize the treatment plan to more successfully treat the issue, along with the complementary energy treatments that I'll be giving to myself. And yeah, but anyway, so yeah, so it's been hard to sleep, really tough to sleep, and only recently have I been getting a little bit more sleep at night. I'm surprised I can even talk right now, to be quite honest, you know. And then or that I'm even making any sense. To be perfectly honest. Yeah. And what else? Oh, there's the fact that and this has been really frustrating. You know, I have found myself um, finding it hard, or like really having to, you know, remain, like really focus on remaining the observer of myself and my actions and my choices, and um, really remaining aware of my levels of patience and frustration, and you know, keeping them at bay, you know, like keeping them under my control, not the other way around. But also just learning to flow with the challenges it has posed in my meditative practice, in the sense that, yeah, you know, I mean, if it's hard to be in an upright position before I start feeling a tremendous amount of pain, um, uh, you know, for more than 30 minutes, then you can imagine how it affects your meditative practice if you're already meditating, you know, like 3, 4, 5 hours, so on most days, and then, you know, your meditative practice, if you've been evolving it to really cultivate and work on your posture, and yes, you know, I know that, you know, truly you can make a meditation of any activity you do in your daily life. You can make a meditation of drinking your tea or coffee. You can make a meditation of doing the dishes. You know, you can make just about anything into a meditative practice. It could be walking, movement, meditation. However, I'd be lying, okay, if I said that I'm not a little frustrated, that it's really hard for me to keep diving deeply right now into the techniques that I had been, you know, I've been working on so diligently for so long, you know, like in an upright position, perpendicular to Mama Gaia, to the earth, as I'm planting my roots down and opening up my crown chakra to Father Sky. You know, like, I'd be lying if I said that it doesn't get to me at times, that I've spent many of my meditative hours in the past month and a half on just bringing my awareness back to no awareness, or to, 0 point, or, no self, or beyond the self, or, like, and again, continually evolving my posture. And okay, yeah, so currently I'm embracing doing a lot of my meditations in a lying down position, okay? And that's not a challenge for me in terms of, falling asleep, but yeah, I miss doing more of that work in the more traditional, more towards lotus sort of posture. I miss that. I feel a little out of sorts because of that. But energetically, however, I've been focusing more and more on some of my going inwardly and looking, like working on the shadow aspects that are brought up, through these challenges, these physical challenges currently, and emotional challenges that I'm also experiencing on my personal, in my personal connections, in which, I felt at one point, I got really triggered. I felt really triggered by something somebody said. And, it was really challenging, especially because I thought I couldn't be so deeply triggered like that out of the blue. Okay. And, um, the beauty of it is that I've been able to, this was sometime a few weeks ago. It was back in July, whatever. I have been able to sort of work through it to arrive at a place where I am now immensely grateful for having been triggered in that way, because it actually brought up things out of me and helped me step forward more so into my own, I don't think this person realized it, but they kind of helped me open up to new levels in my own divine mission. And I've been able to reach a point of gratitude in regards to this. Yeah. And anyhow, and stretching and growing from these experiences and these challenges. And so now I went today to the orthopedic doctor, who explained to me how we're going to try to tackle this by trying to avert surgery, which, hey, I'm all for. I want I want to. There are many, many things that I want to do before even beginning to seriously consider a surgical procedure on my spine, on my neck. No, no. There are a lot of things that we're gonna try out. Yes, for sure, definitely. But some of them include, yes, physical therapy. I'm going to be going 3 times starting next week, 3 times a week for 4 to 6 weeks, and we'll see what that does. I'm on a strong anti-inflammatory to hopefully, yes, help it, the swelling of it go down, so that it can hopefully slide back into place in between the vertebrae, right, the vertebrae, right where it should be. And what else? I'm also going to be doing on my own. I'm going to be doing a lot of my own approach to energy work on myself, as well as some Reiki that I've been learning and working on and working with on myself. And just continue on this self-reflective, self-corrective path of self-observation. That's a lot of self. And there's a lot of self stuff. But anyway, yes, this is the time for that. And I'll continue to share as I move through my own mind, body, soul evolution. And I'll continue to share in as real a way as I can with all of you. And because that's who I am, and that's all I can be, right? That's all I want to be anyways. So anyhow, that's what you're gonna get. So again, thank you for joining me and for saying hello on Lionsgate and listening to my share from my heart with a capital H, as I always like to say. And until next time, much love and light. And we're gonna get this. We're gonna be. I'm gonna be going after this, and just like anything, it's not gonna. I'm not gonna let it stop me from doing the work with a capital W. And that's hopefully what I'll be able to continue to bring to the table, to be able to continue to show you guys that I'm going to continue the series that I started with Warrior of the Light, and the information, the series that I want to do, or that I started on psychic development, tapping into your intuitive abilities, and the process, sharing my own process with that as well, along with some other things that I have coming up, some thoughts I want to share. But yeah, this today, I just want to say hi for Lionsgate 888, and just be real for a minute, with you guys. So see you next time. Till next time, much love and light, as I said, and see you next time.